people, how are you doing? How are you doing? How have you been? 2023. This is February, and this is the first time we're seeing this year. So it's safe for me to say happy new year. Yes, happy new year. 2023, what's the year for you? What is it for you this year? For me, it's possibilities. With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. That is what it is for me this year. So in January, we were on a word feast. We still are on the word feast. We actually are reading the Bible this year a lot. Okay, and I advise you to do same. It's always amazing when we read the Bible. In January, we read the book of John. This is February, and we're reading the book of Acts. This is the 10th day of February. We're reading the book of Acts. So today is chapter 10. You can move forward, or you can do the backlog and continue, however it works for you, but read the Bible. Please read the Bible for yourself and thank me later. When you read the Bible, you get instructions you get information. When you read the Bible, you get instructions. When you read the Bible, you get inspirations. And when you read the Bible, you get intimate with God. Okay, it's always an amazing time. It's always a beautiful thing to do. It's always a great thing to do. So I challenge you this year to read the Bible for yourself. Listening to sermons are good, but reading the Bible is better. Okay. Welcome again to another episode, welcome again to the very first episode of In the Name of Love for the year 2023. Wow, it's gonna be a beautiful ride this year. It's gonna be a beautiful ride. I trust God to do amazing stuff here. Okay, and if this is your first time of stopping by this channel, I beg you, please click the subscribe button, share, like, and comment. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's Valentine next week Tuesday. Wow, what plans do you have? You've got a gift, you're planning to get a gift, you're planning to get away. Well, I don't know about all the Valentine plans this year with the plenty blessings around us. Okay. The truth is, what we'll be talking about today, if you get it, if you catch it, you'd have given your husband the best Valentine gift. For a married person, for a single person, it's also a special gift to give to your husband. Okay, let's get into it. I've been married for 13 years and counting, and I've realized, of course, in counseling and all, I've realized and noticed that one of the major issues that people deal with in marriages or one of the things that causes issues in marriages is mindset. Okay, mindset. Lucky you if you entered into marriage with the right mindset. I don't know what to say about you if you got into marriage with the wrong mindset, because the wrong mindset will, of course, always bet the wrong results. And then when these results happen, you blame it on your village people or you blame it on the devil. Okay, but thank God we are here and we're doing this. Okay, and we'll be correcting some of those mindset. Your husband is your friend. Your husband should be your friend. Okay, your husband should be your partner. Your husband should be your priest. Your husband should be your fantasy. Okay, so let me even say a thing or two. Your husband being your friend is really important. Okay, maybe you were not friends before you got married, maybe you guys were not so tight during courting, but please build it. Friendship can be built. Okay, friendship can be built friendship with your husband. Your fantasy, your husband should be your fantasy. Hey, you're going to be married, yeah, like you're married. Or for the single ladies, you're going to be married and you're going to be with this person forever. Choose what you like, please. You don't want to be married and you're fantasizing about another person. I think we should have that conversation one of these days. Married women fantasizing about other people or other guys. But we should talk about it, okay? I think we will. So your husband should be your fantasy. Your husband should be your priest. Your pastor's prayer for you is good. Your husband's prayer for you is better. Like better. You have a covenant. You entered into a covenant with this man. His prayer from his heart for you, or your prayer from your heart to him, is awesome. Okay. Your husband should be your partner. Your husband should be your protector, your provider. Name it. What you see, there's something God also called your husband. Not also, there's something God called your husband. Your husband is your head. So before we even get into that, we have to coordinate all of these things. You shouldn't allow one suffer for the other. You can't have your husband as just your friend and not have him as your priest, or not have him as your fantasy, or not have him as your partner. Yes, you can't also have your husband as just your fantasy and you don't have him as your friend, and you don't have, so all of these things, we have to marry them together. You have to coordinate them together. Okay. So you know how that you get to work, maybe you're working in an organization and you have a boss, whether the person is older, younger, what's the word, you just, when you get to work, you just, whether your boss is mean or nice, one thing is sure, you're conscious of the fact that this is my boss, and you'd just live by the rules of the organization. You're conscious of that fact. You understand that this is my boss, and then you live around, you're in the workplace, you live around the person's likes and dislike, the company rules. You don't just, the fact that you have a smart idea doesn't mean that you just run with it. You have to take it through the right channel and all of that. Okay, you go to church, we're all children of God. But guess what, you also understand that your pastor is the one in charge here. You understand that your pastor is the one calling the shots, and you align because you understand, you accept that this is the person in charge here. You get on the plane, you don't even know who the captain is most times, but if the captain says you tighten your seatbelt, you do that. The captain says this, you do that. You understand that this is the authority. Okay, this is the authority here. But you see, when it comes to marriage, we accept that our husband is our friend, we accept that he's our fantasy, we accept that he's this and that. But many women don't accept that their husband is their head. So I'm not just saying this, I'm saying this from what I've observed in counseling and in relating with some women, and I thought to do this video to help some other women. Okay, you have to, it's the bitter truth, but you have to understand, you have to accept that your husband is your head. And guess what, the man didn't call himself the head, God did. I know you're a child of God. You can't choose a part of God to accept and choose another part not to accept. What you do, you align with God's word, you align with God's instruction, you pray for grace, you pray for wisdom, you pray for strength, and you keep moving. Okay, which is the reason why as a single lady you have to open your eyes, your kidney, your everything to choose. You don't just you don't just accept any kind of proposal because the person is proposing. Understand that whosoever you're choosing is going to be your head. Okay, so you have to choose well. Choose a child of God. Now, I'm not saying that you should choose somebody that goes to church, or choose somebody that is a church worker. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that choose a child of God. By their fruits we shall know them. Can you see the fruits in this person? Can you see self-control? Can you see gentleness? Can you see joy? Can you see the fruits? Can you see is this person's decisions, daily decisions, life decisions, is this person's life guided by his belief in God? What are his convictions? Okay, See Joseph in Egypt. Joseph didn't have anything to lose. He didn't have anything to lose. His family threw him away. Of course, he was in God's will, but maybe he actually didn't even know that, you know. His family threw him away. And then he was made, at least he was okay, he was doing well in Egypt. And the story, let's not go into all of that. My focus bringing that story up is what Joseph said. Joseph said that I can't do this thing and sin against my God. Who was Joseph's pastor? What church was in? Can you please tell me the name of the church Joseph was attending? Or the department that I was working? Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that don't go to church. I'm not saying that don't work in church. I'm saying that marry a person that fears God. When you fear God, whether your pastor is there or not, whether people can see you or not, you will make a decision because of your conviction, because of what you believe, because of the relationship you have with God. Okay? How did I get here? How did I get here? How did I get here? Okay, I was talking to single ladies about choosing well. Oh, my darling dear sister.